What exactly have you told her, old boy?
He hasn't told me anything. They're after me.
He walks over to a cabinet and opens it up. And
Wait, were we supposed to be keeping that a secret? Because I don't remember if we had that conversation.
No, but you start telling people you're summoning gods and stuff, you might end up with Manfred in the loony bin. That's probably what he's more worried about, that she's going to think we're both crazy and have us locked up. That's kind of the idea you would get from the way he's acting.
Yeah.
He goes over, he's got a decanter of some brown liquid, and opens it up, or pops the top and pours a drink. Look, brandy.
You don't happen to be from Canada, do you?
No, from Providence. It was Columbus, Ohio, actually, but I've been living here for years.
Yeah.
He just pours you in like one fingerful, because you look.
Are you on the job?
Yes, just a very small one. Would you like some? Yeah. Yes. What have you told her exactly?
Apparently, she's into it much more than I've ever seen, because she actually knows of these things. I didn't even know what we were experiencing.
Well, at my coming-of-age party, there's some very strange things happen, and apparently Manfred was the one who figured out how to make it stop, and he did something.
She said he summoned a god, apparently.
All right, that's what he told. That's what they told me as well, and it drove him mad. He was in a catatonic state.
Why did you have to summon a god to stop weird things from happening in the house?
Apparently that short-circuited the whole thing. According to what they told me, what it felt like to me, my grandfather, who disappeared in 1875, was trying to come back to take over my body and continue the family fortune. Apparently this Deoloth that they summoned, the render of veils, I think they called it, he allowed my grandfather visions of the future in which my family used said visions in order to invest correctly.
I'm just trying to impress him.
I was not there, per se. My mind had gotten jiggled loose at the time, so they saved my life. I believe my parents actually sent me up there to be possessed by my great-grandfather, so we are now in litigation because they put me in charge of family fortune just before this happened, and then now they seem to change their minds. Surprise, surprise. So, there's been quite a few lawsuits started up against me, but I'm also liquidating monthly family fortune as well.
Oh.
Seems ridiculous. Yes, it was very strange. Yes, you're looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. He takes a sip of the brandy that he had. It was very strange, though. So, Manfred was in a catatonic state. He could be fed, he could be given water, he could be led around, but his mind was gone. And I understood Home Sanitarium, it's up in Greenwood, north of Providence, a couple miles outside of town, was the place to put someone in that condition. They would give them the best possible physical care. And there was even hope from Dr. Fragan, I believe his name was, that they might be able to arrange a cure. He is very much, well, he talked to me a little bit, and then there was Dr. Strong as well, but he's very much of the opinion that there might be a chemical way to help Manfred.
He's not coming back.
Manfred?
Manfred's not coming.
Well, one can never give up hope.
You don't know.
No, I don't. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about psychology or psychiatrics. Does he?
Well, I
God, no, he
hope
doesn't.
that you live wisely and take the gift that Manfred has given to you seriously.
Oh, I will, and I have. That's why I'm liquidating most of the assets and companies that my parents set up, and my grandfather, and we'll be fighting them in court in order to attempt not to let them have all this money. I'm selling the mansion in Columbus as well.
Oh.
They can live in a smaller house. Bastards.
Well, I'm glad you're so
Excellent.
focused on the important things in life, such as money and getting revenge.
Not so much revenge, my dear, as simply... Well, I guess it is revenge. But at the same time, it is what they deserve. Would you send your child to be taken over by a great-grandfather because he's got some hoodoo juju going on?
I'm just saying, there are better things to spend your time doing.
Well, I'm also dropping a small fortune into that sanitarium, so they'll keep hold of Manfred, and I've been going up and visiting, and I plan on visiting him every week in the hopes that there'll be some kind of change. Here's that card. There's the address. If you wish to visit him, if you wish, I'll drive you up there myself. I have the afternoon off. Before I have to get back to, he looks over to the table where there's just paperwork and crap.
I wouldn't want to inconvenience you. You look a bit busy.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to take over the family business in the first place, but now that I've got it, we're going to do something with it. Something that will help people maybe. Maybe a charity. Carnegie, he does all that kind of thing. Wait, was Carnegie around here?
Yeah, I recognize that.
Carnegie and, who's the other big steel tycoon? They were always giving to charities and stuff to try to make themselves look better. We'll check. I'll check. He'll mention whoever's current for the mid-20s. I think Carnegie was a big one. And can't remember the others. But we'll find a way to make the money go. What?
Oh, I was just trying to remember. There's one that starts with a P. I can't remember.
J.P. Morgan.
Oh, there it is. Doesn't start.
I
with
couldn't
P,
remember
but-
either. He was two initials.
I knew there was a P.
Yes. Yes, we're going to do something good with the money because there's so much of it. But I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name is Natalie. I go by Natalie.
Natalie
Porter.
Porter?
You're a funny man.
No, is that your name?
Natalie Porter.
Porter. Oh yeah, sorry. William H. Pendergast IV. Now you notice if this guy's rich, this is just a little small apartment.
Yeah.
He's not. It's maybe 2 bedrooms,
Yeah,
probably
I
just
was-
one. You can see the kitchenette.
Well, I figured that was probably explained by his family trying to
Okay.
take away his fortune.
But he's not living like in a big. He's not even in as big a area. You had a big house, and your character wasn't rich. You were just well off. And finishing. Yes. So if you ever wish to go up there, I do have a car. Wait, do I have a car? Gadzooks, I don't even remember. I haven't driven in so long. I usually take the train, but there is a train that runs up there as well. But the road isn't too bad between here and there. And I could find a car. What did I do? Did I have a car? Yeah, I have a car. I brought it over to your house that time.
Indeed.
Let's make a little stuff. That's right. Yeah. So if you ever want to go visit Manfred, tell Doctor, he's Fragan, I believe it's Fragan, he's Dutch or something. Tell him that, I can give him a telephone call and make sure that they know that you can visit him. I already told them about you and Dr. Huxtable and that Tyler Bryan fellow.
Thank you. I would appreciate that. And I'm sorry if I was a bit abrasive, but Manfred was a good friend. And
Indeed, he saved my life, as you pointed out quite succinctly some minutes ago.
So it is.
You sure you won't have a little bread?
fine.
So it isn't just pessimism?
What is it? Just pessimism?
Because your character was saying.
No, don't explain. Stay in character.
You just sounded so hopeless. Or wait, no. You sounded so,
Angry?
and that you
Livid?
had no hope.
There's no. Yeah.
You'd be
Well, there's
surprised
always-
what people can recover from.
There's always hope. That's my hope. Like I said, Dr. Freytag? I can't remember his name. It's foreign. I have hope that possibly the chemicals that he is experimenting with, he has a lab or something in the basement, it's a very nice little facility, will be able to actually help him to recover.
Maybe if it had been some earthly infliction.
It was very strange.
Believe me, I've seen this kind of thing before, and it's not something you really come back from.
Ooh. Well, I'm sorry, my dear. It's a terrible thing. But as I said, I took him up there just yesterday, and I plan to go up there on Saturdays.
Thank you.
Be a good time. We can make an outing of it. You're welcome to come as well.
Oh yeah, I was just about to ask.
Of course. Call Dr. Huxtable. Maybe he'll want to go. And now you live in this general area. You're probably within easy walking distance of this brownstone spot. Your home is actually a little ways from here, in a different neighborhood. So bum. And he offers you coffee too if you'd rather. He seems like a nice guy.
Just mad at him.
That's okay. That's why he keeps offering you coffee and all that other stuff, probably. I had some lemonade, but I think I drank it.
I don't know what to do when there's not so many people.
That's okay.
I don't know how
On
to make
to a
this
lighter
work.
topic, though. How is everything going with
You're-
all
you're
your
talking-
paperwork?
Never wanted this business. I never wanted to run this companies. These companies. That's one of the reasons I'm getting rid of them. When it turns out your parents are the ones who set you up to cease to exist, it's
How is that even
unnerving.
possible?
I have
Why
no
would your
idea.
parents?
Well, apparently, my grandfather left behind, my great grandfather left behind explicit instructions on what they were to do, how they were to invest the money, how they were to, that they should have children, blah blah blah. And then it said that on October 31st, 1925, a son will be. Tell your son he's coming of age and send him to the house in Luden. And that's what they did. They said, oh, have a great party. It'll be fun. And what happens instead is that apparently it sounds mad. My grandfather's spirit was trapped within the house. Great-grandfather's spirit was trapped within the house, or had put himself within the house, and he was slowly taking over every day. It was supposed to culminate upon the 31st at midnight. Manfred managed to cast this spell to summon the thing that my grandfather was working with, which disrupted all the power. We were trapped in the house, we couldn't get out. The outside world was mad, and time was passing at different rates depending upon the window you looked out of. And you tried to walk off the porch and you stopped moving. You're frozen as if in time. And there was no escape, there was no way to get out. And they finally figured out that to summon this god should disrupt the entire process. I believe they tried to banish the god first, thinking that it was already there, according to Mr. Bryan, the private detective. But then nothing happened. So they tried, when they summoned it, it seemed to short-circuit the entire process. And at that point, everything just returned to normal.
How did you find out that your parents were trying to do this? Like, how did you know that this was told, that these instructions were told to
It
them?
was in a book, wasn't it? It was in a book that we found?
Yeah, there was some sort of math book or something.
I hate
don't.
math. It disappeared. I don't know what happened to that book. We couldn't find it. I
Oh.
sent up for all those other books that were up there. We couldn't find that book.
Y'all left it up there before you...
Oh.
No, I sent.
Speaking
I didn't think you'd take it.
Would you mind if I took one of those books for my daughter? Why am I adding an accent?
I don't know. Well, they're not here. Oh wait, yeah. Well, yeah. You want the fairy tale book? Is that one? Yeah. You guys can go into the second bedroom, or one corner. One side of the one bedroom just got piles of books on it.
Oh, I could wander and grab it while they're talking.
Okay. I'll go with you and try to find it. It doesn't take you too long to find
Okay.
the fairy tale book that Manfred liked.
Fairy tale
Because it
book?
has pictures. Yeah. It's just a book that says fairy tales on the front, and it's probably about
It's got
50 years old.
pictures,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
from the
it's-
from the first Civil
Why
War.
is that important?
It's not. I mean, this guy's slice of life. I'm playing The Sims over here. If crazy stuff happens, it happens, and then they'll try to stop it.
Yeah, Pendergast wasn't married by the whole thing, so.
So, you all
Yeah,
left
no.
the book of magic words? Is that what you said it was?
No, it was math that
Math.
didn't make sense.
Yeah, sometimes
I always
it's
hated
a math
math.
book, and it was.
They made me read it. Hurt my
Yeah,
head.
it's like that one. They're still together.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can.
I can tell, but there's not much you can do about it.
That's okay. It is what it is. I don't mind a little cigarette smoke from outside. Anyway, yeah, his thing was he seems pretty annoyed by the whole situation. But again, he also
So what
reiterates
did
that
you-
the sanitarium is like the best money can buy. It's the best
Right.
sanitarium in the area. It's usually used for.
But when they left the house, they just left the book there?
When we left on the 1st. We left everything there. I don't even think I brought my luggage back at that point, and went back to Columbus, which was only a couple of hours. And then I sent back for everything, and that book was not amongst the others. So I don't know what happened to it. You didn't take it, did you?
No, all I brought was my suitcase.
I haven't
back.
talked to Dr. Huxtable. Maybe he has it, or maybe Tyler Bryan took it. Obviously, Manfred didn't have anything to do with that, and that was, there was only the 5 of us up there, so I didn't miss anybody, did I? It was Manfred,
No,
you,
it was just us.
Tyler Bryant, and Dr.
Yeah.
Huxley.
4
and-
players and
and Pendergast. So he says, I have no idea what happened to it. It's gone.
You must find that book. I cannot get into the wrong hands.
Well, the house is empty. It's not there. I would have no idea where even to look for it.
So you said you sent for it. Did your mover say anything about the house being ransacked?
No. The house hadn't been touched. I mean, I sent for it like 2 days later. I hired some men to go up and get it, and they brought back everything. And I looked through all the books and it wasn't there.
Whose hands were
They even brought back some of that junk furniture. I had to throw that out. Some of those beds.
Oh, those beds were nasty.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And I'm going to leave now.
Well, you're welcome, Miss Porter, and you know, if you ever want to go have a drink or something, or if you need something, just let me know. Any friend of Manfred's is a friend of mine.
Thank you.
It was
Good luck.
nice meeting you.
Oh, are you leaving? Are you staying while she leaves, or are you both leaving? You found the book that you were looking for, so.
Yeah. I'd probably talk to Pendergast more because
Yeah, if you want to.
I don't really know.
Where are you
as
going?
much.
I'm gonna go back to Huxtable and ask him if he has the book or if he
Okay.
knows anything about the book.
Okay. What are you gonna talk to Pendergast? What do you want to know from Pendergast?
Oh,
Anything
yeah,
specific,
No,
or-
small chat.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah, trying to get his mind off the paperwork
Oh,
at this
sick.
point, and on to
He's done
something.
by that.
Because it kept looping around back to the bad stuff constantly.
Yeah, that's okay. He's tired of it. His lawyers are doing most of the work anyway, and his accountants, but he's trying to keep the books in order.
I forgot to register my key.
I'll probably leave after 15 more,
Okay.
20 more minutes.
You've also got the card for home sanitarium.
But I'm going to talk to Huxtable.
Where you go back to Brown. Huxtable's office is closed up.
What time is it?
It's like 3 in the afternoon.
It is Huxtable though.
Well, I mean, he's in the phone book, right?
I don't know if Huxtable has a phone number. I mean, I don't know if he has a phone. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's in the phone book. You call him up and it just rings and rings and rings.
I do not like Huxtable.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. He's not here, so I'm gonna actually, and I'll tell you this, I'm gonna leave connection with him to a minimum at this point.
You know what?
I'm gonna leave connection with him to a minimum at this point.
Right, I was
Since
just
he's not
wondering
playing.
if he had the book, because that's
Okay.
all I was going to ask, not like
That's
anything.
okay.
Did you read the journals? The journals
Nobody
say-
reads those. I post the role-playing
I
journals
missed them.
online.
I read all of them, so I
Do
know
you?
everything.
Cool.
Yeah. I haven't read the high schools though. I hear that one's
Yeah, see,
great.
I read
need
that
to
one.
do
Logan thought that. Yeah, you read that one and you complimented me on it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the one up from the last Super Bowl game yet because I just
Oh yeah, no,
had
your
Adam up
friend
all
was
week,
here. I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting it this week.
So you can't find Huxtable. Anything else you want to do?
I guess go visit Manfred.
Okay.
But what time? It would take me a while to get there, and they probably visiting hours could have.
Does your character have? You have
Yeah.
a car, right? So you could
Yeah.
just drive up.
Okay.
I'm assuming you
How
took
far
your
is
car
it?
with you. It's only a couple miles north of Providence. There's a little town called Greenwood. You've never been there,
Okay.
but yeah, you can drive up.
Oh well.
You drive up. Looks like the town has about 500 people, maybe. It's small. It's bigger than Jenny, but it's still a small town. The sanitarium is on like the edge of town. There's a wall that goes around it. Right now, the front gates are open. There's a place you can park your car up front. You go in through the main doors, and there's a really dumpy-looking woman. She's not attractive at all. She's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, please. Can you direct me to the room of Manfred Donald?
One moment, please. There's like these tubes on the back, and she blows into one. Dr. Strong, there is someone here to visit one of the patients. Thank you. Someone will be with you in just a moment, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. She's, very unattractive woman. A man comes out, he's got a mustache, graying hair.
Dr. Strong?
Yes, I'm Dr. Strong, yes. Can I help you?
I would just like to visit my friend Manfred Donald, Mr. Pendergast said
Yes.
he was going to.
Yes, he telephoned just a little while ago. Of course. If you'd like to come this way, I shouldn't need an orderly because he's not dangerous. Come with me. He takes you down a hallway, up some stairs. There's a ward, apparently. It was not a ward. There's a hallway with doors, metal doors on either side. You can hear some noises coming from some of them. He takes you down and to the left, to one of the doors down to the left, and yeah, it says it's number. Well, I don't know if these are listed. No, they're not. Okay, so it's got his name on it on a little piece of paper that's connected to it, and he slides the door open and takes out his keys, ching, 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 unlocks it. He says, "No, he doesn't say anything. He just opens it up. He says, brace yourself," and he opens it up, and it's a padded room. And Manfred is it's like a cot that's connected to the floor, and he's just laying there. He's just looking up at the ceiling. He says, "I'm afraid that Mr. Donald has had obviously a terribly traumatic shock to his psyche. We have not been able to elicit any kind of a reaction. I've been trying hypnotism. I have also tried psychoanalysis. Dr. Let me get the guy's name.
Friggin'?
I think that's it, but Pendergast, yeah, Fragan. Pendergast might have had it wrong. Dr. Fragan has he's experimenting at this point with using chemicals to help the brain of people. He's not experimenting on people, obviously, but he is doing a lot of research and the like. No, but you wouldn't do it on a patient that somebody's paying to put into the hospital. He says he has a lot of theories on it. You can talk to Dr. Fragan if you'd like. He'll probably want to show you around the whole facility. He loves to do that. But we've not been able to elicit at this point any response. But we've had him only less than 24 hours. So a case like this could be very long term. He might never come out of it. Or he might suddenly awaken and respond. It's very hard to tell with the human mind.
Thank you.
He doesn't look like he's leaving.
Can I stay with him a moment? Thank you, I appreciate it.
I will have to lock the door.
Lock the door with me in it?
Yes. I tell you what, I will lock the door. I will send an attendant around. If anything, I don't think he will be in danger, but if anything happens, just yell.
Okay.
Attendant should be here in just a minute or so.
Okay.
And then he closes the door and locks it behind him. You can hear him walking down the hall at a rapid pace. What do you do?
Well, I know what to expect. I'm a doctor too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's in a deep fugue state.
Yeah. And I've seen it before.
You could do some little vitals checks. He does not respond at all. As our
You've seen it before?
she's a doctor, and she's got how much is psychology?
Oh, I thought she was just a plastic surgeon.
She is, but she's also an MD.
I've also got pharmacy and psychology 74.
Yeah.
And
she's
also,
probably dealt with a lot of shell shock victims too from the war.
well, and also like the first time it went around, I saw some strange things. The very first time we did Call of Cthulhu. I don't think you were here for that one.
The very first game?
Oh no, yeah, you were.
Again, the first game she played.
The first
yeah,
one, that I
Ross.
played.
Yeah. I was the guy that erased the board.
Erased
We're talking about the portals one, right?
I wasn't there for that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that one. It was that one. You didn't get
Yeah,
that
you
far.
were
That was
there.
a really
You just
long,
didn't get to
intricate
finish
scenario. It took
Yeah,
us
it
like
was.
3 sessions to get through it. You were in part of it. But
Oh,
it
it's
was
really
that was
stand-by.
his erasing the board was way after everything else.
Oh, okay.
There's no response at all.
I'm sure there's like no markings on him of any kind.
No, he looks fine. He looks normal. He looks like he's lost a little weight.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing. And no response to anything that you try to do. Snapping your fingers in front of his face. Just simple stuff. And then you hear footsteps out in the hall, and the little slider thing slides open, and the voice says, "Are you all right, young man?"
I am. Thank you.
I'll be right outside.
All right.
You didn't get a look at anything but eyes either, so it was like... Anyway, you can stay in there pretty much, probably, well, not as long as you want, but for a while if you want. Oh, he unlocked the door, too. You hear him unlock the door, but he doesn't open it.
Oh, okay.
Just so, all you have to do when you want to leave is just open the door and go.
Pretty much just say, "Oh man, Fred," and leave.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, Fred.
Old man Fred.
Old man.
What did you
Like,
say?
oh man Fred.
Oh, Manfred. Okay. My ears aren't the greatest. Old man Fred. It was what we used to call each other. So you say, "Oh, Manfred," and then you head out. Okay. He locks the door behind you. You get a better look at this guy. Let's see. He's. Nope. I got pictures. Here's Dr. Strong. Actually.
Oh, nice. Everyone looked so nice back then.
Yeah, it's because we didn't wear pajamas to Walmart.
Oh, God.
I'm guilty.
The phase will stop eventually.
Yeah. And it's probably going to swing back to super.
What's his name? Greer? Grange Greer?
Oh my gosh. Who's
That's
that?
the orderly who's outside the
Oh.
window. Kind of a rural.
Nice.
He has a rural accent. Is the best way to put it, I guess. So,
Man, he looks messed up.
you all done?
Yes, thank you, sir.
He just nods and starts to walk down the hallway back towards the stairs. And he escorts you downstairs. You go back down the stairs, and then what it is, and what you can see, there's a long hall. It's got two. The building itself has two wings. You came in from the front here. You walk down the hallway to your left. There looked like another steel door, I believe, down there that was closed, and it wasn't. It didn't have a slit or anything in it. No, there wasn't. It was a little ways down. Was another steel door, and then you kind of turned a corner and went up the steps. And then once you got upstairs, there was a long hall. There was another steel door that Dr. Strong unlocked with some keys, and what the orderly unlocks when you leave.
Okay.
And then it led into like several different cells. There's lots of doors on all the walls in the whole area. Some marked like linen closet and that kind of stuff. And it looks like all the doors that you pass in the ward or the hallway with the cells all had a piece of paper that was connected to it with a name on it.
I don't know, I guess I'm just checking the names as I go, just in case I see any.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Let's see, Manfred's in C11, so you would pass. The hall directly across has the name Toby Smith, and there's another one on that same side that says Janice Willoughby, and then there's a kind of a corridor to the right that leads to another iron door that doesn't look like it's a cell door, and then there's another one on the left with that one says laundry. It's actually like a bronze plaque or something like that, and then the one on the right, there's no piece of paper on that one. Oh, well, actually there is, but it's kind of torn. It looks worn, like.
So it's been there a long time?
It's been there for a while, and actually, and the door is open. It's ajar. It says Brian Timmons on it, and then that's when you hit the hallway door that he unlocks and lets you through.
Right.
And you walk through.
There's
and you
an
pass.
open door back there. Is that supposed to be like that?
Nobody's in there anymore, man.
Is she?
Hold on, let me make sure I'm telling you right. So, yeah, longer.
He seems weird.
C6 and C. So and then you pass. Then there was one other door after you go through that one door, and it says linen.
Linen?
Yeah, linens.
Oh, linens.
Yeah, and the door that's on the left, and the door to the right is also brass. Says hydrotherapy, and that door's ajar as well. It looks like someplace to wash up the patients or whatever. Then you're down the steps, down to the ground floor. And you go back down the corridor he takes you back towards the reception area.
So
And once he gets you there, he just kind of turns around and just walks away. But you've got that lady that's sitting at the front desk.
Okay.
It's not like he just abandoned you there. There's a lady there. All he had to do was get you back, probably.
So what floor was Manfred on?
Manfred's on the second floor.
Second.
There was a window in his cell, too. And it was barred. There were bars on the window.
So she had to go this way, go down some stairs, go this way, go down some stairs?
No. She went this way and up some stairs to get to him initially, and then she came back the way that she went to get back.
Okay, gotcha.
So, it's a nice facility. It's an Italian style building. Let's see. use this pre-made thing for this. A fine Italian-style mansion with 2 wings. The longer wing, like you're facing it, the long wing like this, is 2 stories. The wing where Manfred was in probably is 3 stories. There's a 10-foot tall, 2-foot thick stone wall surrounding the entirety of it. Right now the front gate was open. Oh, you can make me... And there's a sound tube, you noticed when you came in, like out there too. Like obviously somebody who came to the gate when it was closed could blow on that and get the attention of the receptionist or whatever. Sculptured hedges, trees, numerous benches with inmates, a few had inmates sitting on them, a fountain. You could give me 2 spot hidden checks and tell me what you make, one or the other. No, just one, sorry. They're not the place to see the second one. Make me a spot hidden, please. Just see if you notice something. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't.
No, okay, so yeah. So anyway, you're back at the reception room and that dumpy little woman is there.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at me while I...
Yeah, just kind of looking at you while she's like jotting something down or something. Did you get everything you needed? I got her picture too.
Got everything you could give me, thank you.
Did you want to see Dr. Fragan? Dr. Strong said you might. There she is.
Okay.
Awesome.
I don't know if I need to. Do I need to? Should I?
It's up to you.
Guess so.
One moment.
Yes, please.
She leans back and she blows in one of. And all this is her head and moving her head. Someone is here to see you, Dr. Fragan. Yes, sir. He'll be out in a moment. And then she sits back down at the desk and she kind of just watches you. For like, takes 2 or 3 minutes. I have a picture of Fragan too. This gentleman comes out. There he is. He says, yeah. I'm Dr. Terence Fragan. Can I help you? Are you finding the facilities to your liking?
Yes, thank you. You have a good friend of mine here, and I heard that you were working on some chemical experiments.
Yeah. I have a great belief that the chemicals are the way to go with potential cure for damage to the brain that's caused even by psychological methods. He looks like he's probably in his mid-40s. A pretty good-looking guy. He says, it has been, I am still experimenting, of course. The brain is a very hard thing for someone to do anything, with. Wow.
Nice wind.
Yeah, the wind's blowing.
Have you,
I could show you around the facilities.
that is alright. I am in a time limit, and I just
Ah,
wanted to ask about
it is late in the day. He looks up and there's a clock on the wall. Who was it you were visiting?
Your newest patient, I believe, Mr. Manfred Donald.
Yeah. Mr. Donald is unresponsive. Dr. Strong is in charge of his case at this point, and I will be, of course. I am the owner of the facility, so it is my responsibility as well. Everything is my responsibility.
Well, I was wondering at what stage your chemical experiments are in.
I could show you my lab. Right now, it is very experimental. I've been working for years, but it is a slow process of finding out what works with the human body, and especially what works with the mind. Because the mind is a very strange thing. It's all jumbled and disjointed. One side of the brain does not communicate well with the other. So it will possibly become trial and error. It is, but hopefully we will eventually be able to find a way to use the chemicals to cure those who have the mental diseases. We have not a lot of patients, but we have enough patients that we would like to cure all of the patients.
Well, that would be the most idealistic.
Yeah, go ahead, open.
Sweet.
That's what they're here for.
To all these means. So.
Yes, and even if certain patients have different psychoses and things that have happened to them, I am hoping to come across a single chemical or a group of chemicals that can be used to cure all of them.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time.
course, of course. You may come back visit anytime between 8 and 5 is visiting hours. Weekdays and Saturday. And on Sunday, by special request, we can allow visitors. Yes, I'm sorry. What was your name, Miss?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Yeah. Yes, Doctor. Mr. Pendergast called and put her name on his list. Oh, good, good. Okay, so you're on the list. So if you wish to come visit anytime, you just tell. He knows your name. What's the name on that little piece of paper?
What?
You just tell Charity here. She lets us. You tell her your name, and she will let you in. And contact either myself or Dr. Strong. As I said, Dr. Strong is in charge of her case. I have to go. I apologize. But yeah, and if you wish it to her at some point, let me know. It was nice to meet you. And he shakes your hand, and then he's off.
Just trying to figure out anything I can do at this point to move it along.
No, you're fine.
Okay. I don't know.
Sorry, my person's a little not as gung-ho about the
That's okay.
occult stuff. This one isn't.
Well, you know now where Manfred is too, if you don't want to do it.
True. Also, something that I should have mentioned that I wanted to have going on.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably wanted my wife to watch our daughter more closely to make sure anybody claiming to be
Grandpa?
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Isn't doing anything.
Okay, she will. She definitely will. Yeah, she's
She
been
was
very worried
worried.
about it. Yeah. She's starting to think it's dreams. Because Grandpa only shows up at night. And she thinks that maybe Rose, is that your daughter's name?
Mm-hmm.
Has been dreaming. This is the last couple weeks since you got back from Columbus. But she's having these recurring dreams. They're not nightmares. Rose seems very happy about it. She's been drawing pictures of her grandpa. Doesn't look anything like him.
Well, yeah, it's a child's drawing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, your grandpa's dead. You told her your father was dead, didn't you? Your wife?
Yeah.
What did you tell her about Grandpa? You need to let me know that.
That's good.
Did you tell her Grandpa's dead? Grandpa couldn't be here. You lost touch with him. She is your wife. I don't know if you want to really lie to her blatantly.
True. I would have probably said lost touch,
Okay.
and then.
So her question
then
would be
say
what-
that it might be an issue if he is showing up.
Why? Wife wants to know. You've never talked much about this?
True.
Yeah, my character would have had
His
an idea.
business and ours don't go well together.
Stop being evasive, Anthony. You tell me what you want to tell her.
Yeah, my father decided to stay on the other side of the law.
He's a criminal? This is not something you thought you should tell me before you got married? She's
Oh,
pissed off about
yeah,
this.
no, yeah.
She's getting the rolling pin. No, I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, I would have said I've not had any contact with him since I figured this out.
Okay.
And if I had,
Okay,
it
so
would
could
be
you really be-
only because my job required it.
Maybe we should get a dog. A big dog. That's her suggestion.
Oh, that's
And
not a
she
bad
shows you
idea.
the pictures, and the last time you saw your dad, he had gray hair already. These pictures, your daughter's not an artist by any means, but someone with dark hair that comes across as not necessarily rugged, but definitely not the old man that you remember your father to have been.
Yeah.
So,
Does he look bigger?
it's hard to tell if the kid's drawing, like you said.
Yeah.
But
So yep, we get what's a friendly dog that's a good watchdog?
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd?
Or
German
What about
Shepherd,
the husky?
Rottweiler,
Rottweiler.
Husky,
Labrador.
Husky Lab Doberman mix. No.
Yeah, because this is 2014. People do that.
Oh, you can do
I
whatever
don't
you
know if they
want.
would have
Big dog or
huskies
little
yet.
dog is pretty much your best choices. to have.
I'll do a bigger dog. I guess a lab. That'd pretty.
You can get a lab.
Common.
They're really friendly though. They bark and then they wag their tail. I'm just saying. That's what they do.
She's not there.
I know, but to like even an intruder or something like. Okay.
It depends.
Then maybe what was the other one? German Shepherd.
So you're starting to look around for a German Shepherd or some other big dog to just buy for the house. So so that your wife will have it around. Again, she's not worried about the dreams too much. She's not too much worried about the dreams because they don't seem to be like having a negative effect upon your daughter.